Yeah, it's always nice to start CC2A on the positive side. Any win you can get in the CC2A is a big bonus, right? Knowing how strong the CC2A is, um, not only on the West Coast, but in the nation, to be able to see, I believe, NC2A, regional type play every weekend, um, is not only good for our players, just for experience, but just to get that mentality right. And this weekend was a big jumpstart for them, especially to realize that they can compete in the CC2A. Now it's only one weekend and we got to continue to work hard, but I'm hoping this helps them keep their heads up and realize, excuse me, that if they play to their capabilities, they can compete here. Historically, Humboldt's been known for our defense, our offense, and this year is no exception. I think the amount of work that how we emphasize our hitting in practice and in the fall really relates to how we perform in the spring. And these girls put in hours and hours of work day in and day out, perfecting their craft in all different types of drills. And it shows when we get on the field. And they might struggle at first, but they adjust quickly. And it's really nice, seeing our starting lineup perform. And I know that there's people on the bench that really haven't even hit their stride yet. We got a couple players who, the number of at-bats really don't reflect how much we're going to rely on them right now. But to know that we have backup to our strong offense is a real good, positive for us and for the coaching staff and building a lineup for the rest of the season. We're starting to come together. I tell my girls it's a marathon, not a race, and we got a long way to go, and we got to continue to work. And these ladies, the pitching staff, we knew right now we're relying on Karen and Gage, but we know that throughout the year we're going to be relying on Richie and Hand and McAdams and Escobar, because we have that kind of staff, and it's great having that depth, especially in a 4-game series where we're seeing the same team over and over again. It's nice to be able to show them a lot of different looks, whether it be speed, movement, off speed, whatever it is. And so, we can talk about depth again. We definitely have that availability, and it's going to be nice to see how they come along. We struggled a little bit first finding ourselves, but we're slowly getting there. Again, it's a marathon, not a race. Vanessa, she's one of those kids that, she was dealing with an injury during the fall, so struggled to come back at full force when we came back in the spring. And you could tell she was playing very uncomfortable and doubting some things. And, we stuck with her because we knew that she, in order for us to win, she's got to be part of that lineup. And I think this weekend was just kind of a culmination of everything starting to come back together for her, both defensively and offensively, especially offensively. But we moved her into a different defensive position, and she rolled with that. She looked a lot more comfortable, and I think that translated into her offense. And it's nice to see her come along with Michaela Harris, who's continuing to perform at that leadoff position. And all through, I can't say enough, all through our lineup, these guys are continuing to put numbers up on the board, and they also know that if they do have a rough day, they've got people on the bench that have their backs. And I guess again, that's the beauty of our offensive lineup, that we have that depth. Caitlin and Mullins, Joanna's going into her 5th year. Caitlin's going into her 4th year, both as starting all those years. They're both also captains and leaders on this team. And I think they're just starting to play really comfortable. And it's nice to see, Joanna's come back from multiple health issues throughout the years, and she's really starting to play well. And we moved her back into a shortstop position. And I think she's found her home again defensively. And so, that really helps with being comfortable both or on the field of play. And Dennis has just been a constant performer for us. You know, she just goes out there and does it and doesn't get fazed by a lot of things and makes adjustments quickly. It's nice to see with Joanna. I'm able to move her in multiple spots on the lineup depending on where we need her at the time, and she's continuing to perform wherever we put her. So, you know, we also got McAdams, who's starting to perform in the lineup. Escobar, who wasn't getting a lot of hitting time in the beginning of the season, is now getting a lot more, playing first base. And again, we talk to that, we speak to the depth of this team, and it's just nice to be able to throw people in different positions according to what we need at that time. And these guys feeling comfortable with being moved and feeling uncomfortable or feeling comfortable in uncomfortable positions. And, you know, the utility on this team is what's going to help us with our success, knowing that we can move people around. I mean, McAdams, who's normally a pitcher, is starting in the outfield and starting DH when needed. And she's accepted that role for now until we can get her back in the saddle pitching wise. And it's just nice that these ladies are just willing to do whatever they need to do for their teammates and whatever they need to do for this team to be successful.